Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one.
We are back again, brother, and this is a special video because we just reached our 100 subscribers. We want to thank everybody that subscribed, everybody that's watching. Much appreciated. Like we always say, y'all do your job and we're gonna do ours. So we've been trying to flood y'all with content. We appreciate the love, as Peach say, love is love.
Love is love, baby.
So we're gonna do something a little special, before we jump into this NFL season preview. We want y'all to comment on any video topic y'all want to hear me and Peach talk about. Comment on this video. Honestly, y'all can comment on any video. We're going to make sure that we see it. And we're going to pick three sports topics that we like the best. And we're going to make, three videos out of those topics. Showing some love back to the subscribers, to the viewers. So hit the comment section up. Any video, like I said, let us know what y'all want to hear me and Peach talk about. I don't care if it's baseball. We're going to do our homework. We're going to cover everything. NBA, NFL, boxing, UFC, no matter what it is. And me and Peach going to make sure we deliver that content to y'all because y'all been showing us love. And like I said, that 100 subscribers feel nice. I text Peach this morning like, bro, yeah. And we want to keep it going. So on top of that, make sure y'all still like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Ring that bell so y'all can stay in tune. And we're going to keep doing what we got to do, man.
That's it, man. Road to 200. Here we come, baby.
Yes, sir.
Watch the handle. It takes skill. We got to run it back. We in the field. And you said it chasing tax. You in your field. We looking for the facts. Let's keep it real. Yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats.
All right, brother. We jumping in to the AFC East today, man. And we starting with a team that has been in the media all season long since acquiring Aaron Rodgers, the New York Jets. It's a lot of Jets fans I know that's been in pure misery with the way the franchise has gone over these last couple decades, if you will. But they got arguably top 10 quarterback of all time, a guy that's won a Super Bowl, one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time. When you're talking just talent alone, a guy that's winning, been in the playoffs, right? So even though he only has one Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, you got Aaron Rodgers on your team, you're almost guaranteeing a playoff berth. And they have a young defense that's, ready. This was a team that was inconsistent last year, and I think most of it was on quarterback play, right? They played Joe Flacco at times. They played Zach Wilson at times. They played Mike White at times. They just went through so many different quarterbacks. But they got a list of guys that just ball, man. Breece Hall got hurt. He was having a phenomenal season. Garrett Wilson put up 1,000 yards with like 4 different quarterbacks. So now the fact that he has a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, he's going to go off. And then A-Rod brought some guys over from Green Bay and Allen Lazard. Did he bring Randall Cobb over there?
Of course, you had to bring Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he had to bring the OG over there.
And they're in this, what I love so much about the signing of Aaron Rodgers is they're in like this win now window. Because Aaron Rodgers, who knows how many years he might have left, 2 to 3, based on the performance this year. But it just creates some seriousness around this New York Jets team. And then, like you said, you go out and you get like familiar faces in Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb, who's been rocking with Aaron Rodgers for a very long time. And I think that kind of takes pressure off Garrett Wilson. And I know we're going to get to the signees, but I really like the Mecole Hardman signing.
Yes, forgot about that.
2-time Super Bowl champ from Kansas City. Just has that pedigree of being in that Andy Reid system, catching balls from Patty Mahomes, was groomed by Tyreek Hill. I think he's going to have a phenomenal breakout season this year, especially with him dealing with the injuries that he dealt with. So take some pressure off Garrett Wilson, man. He don't got to go right in there and be, he's a number one guy, but he doesn't have to be that number one, you know what I mean, right away. Because
get 150 targets. No, I agree. They definitely brought some depth to that wide receiver room from last year. And then also, I know we about to jump into the key additions, but there's a lot of talk around Dalvin Cook signing with this Jets team, and that's a topic for another show. But I don't think they need Dalvin Cook. I like Breece Hall. I like Michael Carter. I like their running back room. But like you said, last season missed the playoffs. Put on some strong performances. Gave a lot of light to this Jets team and which direction they can head in. They signed Aaron Rodgers, right? They get Adrian Amos. I think he was from Green Bay as well. They get Chuck Clark from Baltimore, although I think Chuck Clark got hurt in training camp, if I'm not mistaken. Jets fans, correct me if I'm wrong there. Like you said, they're bringing Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, McCole Hardman. They draft Will McDonald IV, who I was watching in that Hall of Fame game, and he looked nice. He looked like he was making some plays, albeit against third and fourth stringers and guys that probably won't be on the team, but he was making some impact plays there. So hopefully he can come in and add to that already young and proven defense. And then they draft Joe Tippmann, the center. I think he was out of Nebraska or Wisconsin. Might have been Wisconsin. To shore up that offensive line a little bit. They lose guys like Braxton Berrios. They lose Sheldon Rankins. Joe Flacco was almost out the door anyway. They lose Mike White in the division to the Dolphins. Elijah Moore goes to Cleveland, and then they lose a guard and Nate Herbig. So they add some nice pieces. They lose some guys, but I think the additions outweigh the losses by a long shot. I mean, just the fact that you have a quarterback
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, long as you plug in holes as an organization, and there's going to be some places and positions that you might trail off a little bit, but they lose the offensive guard in Nate, but then you replace that with Joe Tippmann. Then they bring in Billy Turner. You got to protect Aaron Rodgers this year. Like, that is super key. Because I think if anything goes wrong with Aaron, the whole process of this shit goes backwards. So definitely got to protect Aaron. I like the Chuck Clark addition too out there, and you could split the sides. If he's a strong safety, you could have Sauce Gardner on the weak side. But yeah, man, I've been pumped, man. I was going back and forth all season, waiting on the Jets to make this Aaron Rodgers signing.
We was hyped. We was waiting on this one. Glad that it finally happened, right? Because it's nice for New York. New York teams been struggling. The Yankees, the Knicks, the Nets, the Jets. It's just been bad. So it give them that ray of sunshine. But Chuck Clark is out for the season. He tore his ACL during OTAs. So although they have Chuck Clark on the team, Chuck Clark won't be down in that Jets jersey, not this year at least. But like you said though, bro, this is going to be a team that's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. I think they got that first Monday night game against the Bills that I know the ratings are going to go through the roof. My only question with this squad is the offensive line. You know what I mean? No matter what quarterback was behind center last year, they was rushed a little bit. That offensive line wasn't as stout, and that's something that you want to make sure is there for a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Not one, because he's an older quarterback, and two, because Aaron Rodgers is a guy who, as his career progressed, he takes care of the ball really well. He's not going to force a ball into double coverage. He'll throw it out of bounds before he gets sacked, and he does that a lot, right? So you don't want to have him throwing the ball away because he doesn't have enough time to process or for guys to get open. So, and then on top of that, it's a chemistry thing that you got to get down packed too. It's a new squad, a new team. You spent your whole career in Green Bay. Not saying that Aaron Rodgers won't be able to do it, but you just want to make sure every piece falls into play. And then my last topic and question mark with the Jets is the coaching staff, bro. Like, we've seen Nathaniel Hackett and what he did in Denver. How bad of a job that was, and we'll talk about that. And then Robert Saleh. I don't know how good he really is, He hasn't had a quarterback, so it's hard to judge him without that. But we'll see this year how the pieces of the puzzles fit together, And they're in a tough division, bro. They're in a tough division. They're in a tough conference.
This is a classic division. Like, this division has been like, I don't know if the division has been around, but when you look back on the history and how long the Patriots was dominating, and then you had the emergence of the Bills not too long ago. But I look at the Jets and the Dolphins as the two teams that really need to prove something this year. So this division could be tough, man. It definitely could be tough.
Agreed, bro. But let's jump into the schedule. Last year, 7-10. I think they might have started like 5-2, but ended the season kind of bad. But let's jump in week 1. Like I said, that's that Monday night game against the Bills. It's at home in New York. It's gonna be sold out. Everybody's gonna be watching this game. I think the hype, I think the anticipation, the Jets will ride that momentum and get this W week 1 at home against the Bills, bro. Week 2, a little bit of a different story. They got to travel to Dallas. I think Dallas is a team that's been together longer, and I think that Dallas defense is going to be strong with Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs on the side. And Micah Parsons may very well win Defensive Player of the Year this year. He's that good. So I got the Cowboys getting that dub there. Then they come back home and play Bill Belichick and the Patriots. I think they're a much more talented ball club than the Patriots. I can see Aaron Rodgers getting a game-winning drive or something like that and winning the game at home, which they're going to need that win because then the Super Bowl champ Chiefs come in week 4. It's a home game, but I think Andy Reid just outcoaches Robert Saleh by a mile. And the Chiefs get that dub. Jets fall to a L. They get their first road win the next week in Denver. I just think we talked about this game before we jumped on air. With all the back and forth, right? Sean Payton's over there in Denver. He said how bad and how poorly of a job Nathaniel Hackett did in Denver.
Let's turn up the heat, guys.
Yeah, in fact. Throw him under the bus, bro. Put his name in the dirt, stomped on it, peed on it, all that. And, Nathaniel Hackett came out and was like, basically, do what you going to do. Robert Saleh said, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. I was cracking up when I heard him say that.
You ain't popping, boy.
And then Aaron Rodgers was like, keep my coach's name out your mouth. So it's a lot of built-up tension. So this will be another highly anticipated game in Denver. And I think the Jets will be really wanting to get this dub. So I think they will go in there, and they might punch Denver in the mouth to kind of make a statement there. A lot of personal ties in that game. And then week 6, right before the bye, I got them losing at home to the Eagles. I think the Eagles just a better ball club. That'll be a good game. Explosive, I think, offensively. But I think the Eagles will pull that win. I think the Eagles' defensive line will be the difference in that game. Get Rodgers on the ground a few times and slow that offense down. So up and down through the first 6 weeks before the bye. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Still trying to find their footing and get on a roll. But they go into the bye 3-3, bro. What you think?
I love it, bro. I think this is exactly what this New York Jets team could finish out like this before the bye. Just from them trying to, figure things out. This is a tough-ass first 6 weeks, bro, when you really look at it.
Absolutely.
You got Bills and you're at the Cowboys. I mean, we could pencil you in for the win with the Patriots, but that's a division game.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
game's going to be tough. Come on, man. Then you're playing the Super Bowl champs. Then you're going to Denver. Then going to the
quarterbacks.
The NFC champions. That's a tough stretch. And I think for them to come out 3-3 in this stretch, bro, you're heading in the right direction if you're New York, bro.
Hell of a point.
I would be happy after the Jets fan.
And just look at the quarterbacks. You got Josh Allen. You got Dak Prescott. I mean, Mac Jones is the weaker of the bunch, but like I said, Bill Belichick over there. Then Patrick Mahomes. Then Russell Wilson. Then Jalen Hurts. I mean, yeah, that's tough. But 3-3 before the bye, like you said, great place to be because then they come out of the bye and they got 2 weeks to prepare for the Giants, which is a road game, but technically it's a home game. I mean, they share a stadium.
Right. A lot of Jets fans.
It's gonna be green. It's gonna be green there. I think the Giants take a step back this year. We'll get into that when we talk about the Giants. But Jets get the win there, and they rattle off 3 wins straight. Then they're home against the Chargers. I think they beat the Chargers. I don't like the Chargers coaching that much as well. We gave our review on the Chargers. If y'all ain't checked that one out, that's a great video.
That's a hell of a video.
That's doing numbers right now too, by the way. So make sure y'all go check that one out. And then I got them beating the Raiders on the road in Vegas. So running off 3 wins. Now you're at 6-3 at week 10. Good spot to be. Right now you in that playoff conversation and things like that. Week 11 is going to be a tough game because they got to go on the road to Buffalo. Hard to play in Buffalo. Buffalo's a team that's been together for a while, and you beat them week 1. I think they'll even the score here.
And
Buffalo.
whoop on that ass. I could definitely see it.
Yeah,
They
they gonna
win
even
week
the score.
one.
Yeah, bro, they gonna even that score. The momentum, the hype, and everything is gonna die down a little bit. We into playing football by now. Teams have found their footing, and I think the Bills will run away with that one. But then they get another 3-game win streak, and they're home all 3 games, which is important. So the league kind of help them out through this stretch. They got to play the Dolphins, which will be a tough game. But I think at home they'll be able to do it, especially because it's week 12. It's getting cold out a little bit right now. Miami got to come from the nice sunshine down there in Florida up to New York weather in November.
Probably be some
October.
fucking snow on the ground.
Yeah, so I think the Jets pull that one out, and then they got the Falcons and the Texans, which I think should be underhand pitches. Falcons are going to be better than people expect, and that could very well be a upset loss, but I'm not going near just yet. I got them getting a dub there. I got them beating the Texans at home before they got to go on the road, and now the Miami's like, come down here in the sunshine.
Get your shades on.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle going to put the burners on. And I got them fall into the Dolphins in Week 15. Bouncing back in Week 16 against the Commanders at home. I think they're just a much more talented ball club. Losing to the Browns, Peach. I got you, bro. Week 17. I think this is going to be one of those games in Cleveland. Like we mentioned, it's Week 17. It's cold. The Browns have a really talented ball club. And I think they won't have to rely on Deshaun Watson too much, man. I think this is a Nick Chubb game. I know the Jets' defense and that defensive line is stout. I get that. But the Browns' offensive line has been one of the top units in the league for years. And Nick Chubb may be the best back. He may be the best running back in the league. Like, there's no arguing. There's argument there if you want to say that Nick Chubb is the best running back. So I got the Browns getting that dub there, bro. But then they finish Week 18, finish the season off at home against the Patriots. They sweep the Patriots, and they go 10-7. Good record. We got to see how the rest of the AFC shapes up. Of course, we're going to do our playoff predictions and Super Bowl predictions right before the season start after we wrap up with every team. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But 10-7 is you flip those numbers. You flip your loss column and your win column from last year. And hopefully you can get in there and get a wild card spot. What you think?
Come on, man. You got 2 3-game win streaks for the Jets. I love it, bro. I love it. I can see this ball club falling in this same spot. Getting their footing going after the bye. Tough stretch. But I think those last, you see the Dolphins in a 3-4 week spin. And then you got Falcons, Texans, Commanders, who, I'm a Browns guy, and then you got the Patriots. So I think that's, you start out the schedule tough. But now you got games that are very winnable, that could just boost her and make this spot easier for the Jets to get into that wild card spot.
Agreed, 100%. Before the bye, it's a little tough, but things start to open up towards the end. And you got a lot of winnable games there. And if you beat the Browns, right? If you beat the Browns Week 17, you're 11-6, and I think that almost guarantees you a playoff berth. So one of these games are going to have to be wins, which brings me right to my next question. As always, bro, which one of these L's can you see as a W, and which one of these W's you can see being an L?
All right, I'm going to do W first, because I was looking at this one for a while, and I was kind of conflicted. But you got me looking at that Week 13 versus the Falcons. Like you said, like this is a very – you didn't see that Falcons preview that we did, go check it out. This team signed players. This team made moves. This is a team that has the potential to be scary with a wide receiving core. I think it's a lot on Desmond Ridder, but you still got Cordell Patterson back there. Who's the other running back that I'm missing?
They got Tyler Algier, and they just drafted Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. Like, it's a team to watch out for. So I think that Week 13 versus the Falcons, I think that could possibly be an L. But and then the L that I'll change to a win. This is tough, man, because I'm big on Dallas this year. I think Dallas is going to be very good this year. But who knows how kinky they start out the first week. Who knows how confident this Jets ball team is gonna be after winning, beating Buffalo. They're gonna be high, bro. That high is gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
No.
we got Aaron Rodgers now. They have a quarterback now that can actually like make plays that can win
And go
games,
toe to toe
bro.
with anybody.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Bro,
like,
bro, you on a roll today, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like you killing this video because every point you making, I'm right there with you. And if I haven't thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that make a lot of sense.
My
I think
man.
that Cowboys game could be a W, man. I think the Cowboys are known historically for starting slow, and I can very much see the Chiefs Jets coming into that game. Both teams 3-0. And it's just highly anticipated. You know, like McCall Hartman's on the other side.
Ooh, I forgot.
Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes for the first time we've ever seen it. They never played each other.
Damn.
Yeah. So I can very well see. I'm still in yours, bro. I think they can beat the Cowboys, man. And a loss and a W that I would have to change to a loss. Outside of the Falcons one, I'm gonna pick another one, bro. And I'm gonna go to Chargers. I'm gonna go to Chargers,
that's a
man.
good one.
I can see them.
That's a good
I can see them losing to the Chargers, man. I think Justin Herbert is a beast, bro. I know he hasn't won a playoff game, and the wins don't really correlate to how talented he is. I think they have some coaching problems, but talent-wise, bro, they got Derwin James, they got Joey Bosa, they got Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Quentin Johnston. Chargers fans was killing us for that. Quentin Johnston.
Comments still, they were waiting.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Quentin Johnston, Austin Eckler. Bro, they got some talent over there. So that's one I can see Justin Herbert just airing it out. And making
That
it
one
hard
makes
for
the
Jets
most
team
sense
to
to
keep
me too.
Yeah.
Just from what you just stated.
Yeah. But Jets fans, 10-7. 10-7, man. Could very well be 11-6. I think wild card. I don't think you guys can win this division. I think the Bills and the Dolphins, just have been together longer. I think that culture and that chemistry plays a big role, and I think they have better coaching. But tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm 100% wrong. Let me know if y'all gonna get 15 wins, 14 wins. If y'all going to the Super Bowl, winning the division, setting the world on fire. Jets win the first Super Bowl in 60, 70 years or something like that. Hit the comment section up below. Let us know y'all predictions. Let us know how y'all feeling. Do y'all thing.
Don't hold back either, man. I want to shout out Gary V, one of the longtime Jets fans I know. In the next couple years, he'll probably be partial owner of the New York Jets. That's how much of a diehard fan he is. So I'm excited for him. I know he's pumped. So shout out Gary V, man.
Absolutely. And stay tuned. We got the Patriots video coming up next.